Digital marketing is also called online marketing, and it is the promotion of brands to connect with potential customers using the internet and other form of digital communication. So why we say digital marketing is cost effective? Because the budget is very less. You need not spend so much as you have to spend for the traditional marketing. So budgeting and resource allocation in digital marketing involves planning how to distribute funds and resources to achieve marketing goals. Hello everyone, I am Purnima, faculty in the Department of Commerce and Management, Vidyashram First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. I welcome you all to this session. In this session, we will be looking into the first chapter, that is Introduction to Digital Marketing. Now let us go through the session here. So what is digital marketing? Digital marketing is also called online marketing, and it is the promotion of brands to connect with potential customers using the internet and other form of digital communication. So digital marketing is, in other words, you are promoting your products or brands with the help of the digital communication. So you are trying to reach the potential customers with the help of internet and other form of digital communication. Now, second one, let us have an overview of digital marketing. So it is comprised of online and internet related activities. It includes using websites. So we are making use of websites, search engines, blogs, social media sites, video content or email as methods to reach the customers. So in the overview of digital marketing, we are making use of all the tools involved in the online. So it may be we are making use of websites, the search engines, blogs, social media, video content, email, etc. Now, let us look into the evolution of digital marketing. So Archie was the first search engine, debuted in the year 1990s, heralding the birth of search, that is SEO, or the search engine optimization, quickly followed. So once the internet got discovered, then slowly we had all these other developments in the field of online activities. The first clickable web ad banners were introduced in the year 1994. The first identifiable social media site was launched in 1997 with 3.5 million users. In the 1990s, a slew of websites still in use was found, including the Google and the Yahoo's web search, both of which debuted in 1998. Now we had the advent of the Google and the Yahoo in the year 1998. Now, going to the importance of digital marketing. The first importance is global reach. So with the help of digital marketing, we can have a worldwide customers. So you can reach the customers all over the world. So this is one of the most important benefit of email marketing, because within a limited budget, you are able to reach a large number of customers. Then second one is the local reach. So even with the help of this internet also, we can have a local reach also. The local people, whoever are in and around us, we are able to reach them very, very effectively. Then third one is cost effective. So why we say digital marketing is cost effective? Because the budget is very less. You need not spend so much as you have to spend for the traditional marketing. So if it is for the traditional marketing, you will have to pay crores of money even to have an ad on the television for 2 seconds or 3 seconds. But in digital marketing, you don't have to pay so much. The budget is very, very less. Then the next one is brand awareness. So with the help of digital marketing, you are able to create brand awareness. You are able to see that people are more and more available of the brands which are available in the market. Then the next one is effective targeting. So what is this effective targeting? So we will be able to reach the customers in a targeted way. So we'll be first making a note of who are the target audience, and we'll be trying to reach them over and over again. And in this way, we can see that the targeted customers, so the targeted audience will turn into prospective customers. Then the next one is multiple strategies. So in the digital market, you can make use of the social media. We have the email, we have the content marketing, we have the SEO, we have the websites. So there are various ways through which you can reach the people. So you can use multiple strategies. So if one method is not being so very effective, you can always turn into other methods. And one more benefit of digital marketing is it is more and more flexible than the regular marketing. So you will be able to see that you can always change whatever you want to tell in case of digital marketing, but in case of the traditional marketing, once the advertisement goes on air, it will be there for the next few months. So you cannot change it. But in digital marketing, it is very, very flexible. You can change the content as and when you feel the need to change. Next one, digital marketing channels and platforms. So there are various platforms of digital marketing. So the first one is the social media. Social media means it refers to the Facebook, the Instagram, Twitter, blogs, etc. So next we have the websites. So we have the various websites with the help of which we'll be able to look into the whatever the information we need. We can also search for products in the websites also. Then the email marketing, it is becoming more and more popular nowadays. Now with the help of email marketing, you will be able to give the audience whatever they need. So whatever information they are asking about the product, or if you want to conduct a survey, all these things are possible with the help of email marketing. Then video marketing. So videos, you can always market your products with the help of the videos. So whatever videos you are beaming, so these videos can be in your website. So with the help of which you can always promote your products. Then influencer marketing. So nowadays we have the trend of the influencers. So these influencers are there. So they will be trying to promote your product, whether you are a street side pani puri seller or you are in a big showroom. It will be the influencer who will have a lot of fan following, and he or she will be trying to promote your restaurant or promote your roadside stall. So all these will be there for influencer marketing. Then next we have the search engine optimization. So with the help of search engine optimization, so you will be able to see that your company's products will be in the priority basis. So that is, so as soon as the person enters the website, so as soon as he clicks on the website, you should be able to see that your company's products will be the first one the customer is able to see. So the visitor who is in the website, he will be for seeing your ad first. So if he is satisfied with your products, he will make the purchase then and there itself. But if he is not satisfied, then he'll again browse through the other websites. So that we call it as search engine optimization. Then the last one is content marketing. So in the content marketing, you will be telling a story, and with the help of a story, slowly you lead the people into buying the product. So it begins as a small story, and then you just enthrall the audience with the help of the story, and slowly you lead them to buying the product. Digital marketing strategy and planning. So how do you develop a digital marketing strategy? The first one is buyer personas. Research and create buyer personas to represent your ideal customers. This can help you understand their behavior. So in a digital marketing strategy, so you will have to create buyer personas. That is, you have to see that the buyers, whoever are the products buyers for your product, so they will be your ideal customers, and they will be. This can help you to understand their behavior. Then second one is set goals and objectives for your digital marketing strategy. So what are the goals and objectives you have? That you have to set it down very, very clearly in a digital marketing strategy. Then digital channels. Evaluate your digital channels and assets. So whether you are just advertising in the Facebook, or whether you are advertising on the Instagram, or whether it is on the email, so you will have to evaluate each channels and each of the assets. Only then you will be able to know which of them are effective. Competitor analysis. Conduct a competitor analysis to learn from your competitors. So you will have to conduct a competitor analysis. That is, so what kind of the channels the competitor is using, and what are the rights and wrongs the competitor is doing. From all these things you will be able to learn, and you will just have to correct yourself from the competitor's mistakes. So in this way you can run a competitor analysis and you can build your own digital marketing strategy. Then next one is budget. Set a marketing budget. So what is the budget you have for digital marketing? That you will have to set. Then strategies. Decide which digital marketing strategies to invest and to plan them out. So what are the strategies you need? So what are the channels you need? How do you have to fill in the content? For all this, you will have to first know your business, know your customers, know the channels, and then you all have to also know the budget. So if you know all these four, it will be easy for you to have your own digital marketing strategy. Next, monitoring and reporting. So you'll for every digital marketing strategy you are doing, you will have to keep on monitoring how the strategy is moving and what are the results you are getting from it. Only then you will be able to just improve on your marketing strategies. So monitoring and reporting, and this will help to your results. So what is the goal you have set and how much you have achieved, you will be able to compare, and then you will be able to know what is the business result you want to achieve. Then the last one is content marketing. Use content to promote your brand and attract people to your business. So with the help of storytelling, you can always create content marketing and see that people get attracted towards the business, whatever you are doing. Then next one is budget and resource allocation. So budgeting and resource allocation in digital marketing involves planning how to distribute funds and resources to achieve marketing goals. So budgeting and resource allocation in digital marketing, it involves planning how to distribute funds. So what are the various marketing channels you have and how you are distributing the funds across each of the channels, and all this to achieve the marketing goals. Then second one is resource allocation. So how do you allocate funds for all these digital marketing activities, and how do you do in resource allocation? It involves evaluating and distributing resources like time, budget, hardware, and HR to balance a company's priorities. So in order to balance a company's priorities, you need lot of resources. So what are the resources? We have the time resource, budget resource, hardware, and the human resource. So for this, you need resource allocation. Then next one is consider your goals. Review a company's marketing goals and align your team on them. So what are your company's marketing goals and how your team is going to achieve the marketing goals, that we'll have to think about. And lastly, consider your audience. Consider your target audience's online behavior and how they engage with the content. So you will have to see how the target audience online behavior is and how they are, what they are doing with the content. Next, so here, first one, budgeting and resource allocation. Consider your channels. Consider the channels that align with your marketing objectives and the target audience. Now, who are your target audience and what are they busy with? That you will have to make a list of. Then consider your cost. factor in salaries. So what are the cost factor? So what is the amount of salary you pay? What is the amount you'll pay to the agencies? And what is the amount you'll pay for the production cost? All these will be decided in your cost factor. Consider your performance. Monitoring the results of your campaigns and track return on investment. Then consider your flexibility. Be flexible with your allocation and be prepared to adjust based on the performance. Consider your reserves. Keep some extra funds aside for unforeseen needs or overages. So, if there are any unforeseen needs or overages, then it will be best for you to allot a certain amount of money, to just keep a small part of the money to overcome such unforeseen circumstances. So, with this, we come to the end of this session. Hope you have all followed it. Thank you.